Yeah. What up, guys? Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Football Fan Zone with your boy Timber Banks. And on this morning show, guys, I just want to just make a very, very quick reaction to the fact that there was a report from Demasio that says Erik Ten Hag will be leaving United at the end of the season, no matter what the result is. And this means when it says no matter what the result means, it means even though there's a possibility that Ten Hag might still beat Man City, he will still get the sack. Now, we are going to dive into it because one thing I can assure you guys, I believe this decision will not just be based on the one match only. And for me, I do not believe that you should judge a manager, either sack him or keep him based on one match only. And that is the honest truth, guys. Let me know what you guys think on the comment section. What do you think? Do you think sacking him is the way to go or not? Because this is a manager, that has spent all season talking about it to take it like it's common sense to actually see what he has gone through with injury. And for me, that just indicates a manager who is just making excuses. I'm sorry. Because last season, this same manager was also talking about the fact that injury is part of football. And it is something that I've always been talking about as well, that I don't see a reason why people come outside to be making excuses of him having injuries. Because injury is part of the game. And this is a reason why you have players of 23, 25 in the squad. Because they've already considered the possibility of there can be injuries that affect the team. Now, before you come and talk about him winning the FA Cup final, of which I know very well he's not winning, I'm sorry. I am sorry, because if there was something Manchester City wanted to do, Manchester City wanted to show to the world that they are the best team in the world, and they were actually going for the treble again. Manchester City were going for the treble, again. And the fact now that they've been knocked out of the Champions League, they've gotten the Premiership, that's one secured in the bag. Then they are facing Manchester United in the FA Cup final. And the fact that people believe that Man City are going to lose to Ten Hag because Ten Hag wants to, secure his job, that is nonsense for me. And I've also seen people talking about he decides to leave. Like, one thing about Manchester United fan base, they are so fucking deluded, whereby they will make up any fucking excuses to defend that, that clown called Ten Hag. They will do whatever, say whatever it takes. I saw one Manchester United fan talking about the fact that Chelsea sacked Pochettino, saying, because the report on Pochettino said they had a mutual consent for him to leave. And this guy came outside to say he was sacked. Anyway, now we are seeing the same thing going to happen with Erik Ten Hag. And this clown came outside to say what? There's a possibility that Ten Hag decided to leave. Like, what the hell is that? Now, let's ask the question, does Ten Hag deserve to stay another year at Manchester United? I would say no. For me, I honestly believe if Manchester United had the funds, they would have sacked him a long time ago. Because the fact that Ten Hag is here at the end of the season, it was because of the money thing, of how they have to pay him £10 million for his remaining contract. But right now, this report. I know so many people does not want to believe in this report. They believe the report is crap because it's not coming from from Fabrizio Romano or David Oyston. So everybody believes it is crap. But one thing I know is that we are also going to, react to it anyway. And the question is this right now. Has Ten Hag done enough, to stay at United? And do you think winning FA Cup saves him his job? For me, I'll tell you no. Because whatever this guy has been showing us in the last 3, 4, 5 games of the season, whatever we saw, this is something that we have been calling for a very long time. Now, the fact that we are only seeing it at the end of the season tells you that this guy is fighting for his job. It tells you this guy wants to stay in this club. And that shows desperation. It shows desperation. He's desperate to keep this job. I've seen people talking about him going to Bayern Munich. Like, it's madness. Bayern Munich are not looking for him. Bayern Munich would rather go to Burnley. Burnley got relegated. Burnley got relegated with Vincent Kompany. But the reason why Burnley Bayern Munich are actually going for Burnley's manager was because they could see what he is all about. I know so many people does not believe that Kompany stands a chance of going to Bayern Munich. They think it's nonsense, but guys, go check Fabrizio Romano. There are serious talks going on between Bayern Munich and Vincent Kompany. Bayern Munich are a very, very big club in the world of football. And the fact they are going for Vincent Kompany, who got relegated with Burnley, tells you all you should know already. He is a manager that plays good football, play proper football. But we can all agree that Burnley might not have the same sort of players that Ten Hag will need to succeed at Burnley does not have the sort of players Bayern Munich have to succeed at Burnley. So, which makes sense why they actually, got relegated. Because they don't get the same backing. They do not have the same players' quality. So it makes perfect sense. But looking at it, the fact that Bayern Munich goes for Vincent Kompany over Poch, over Ten Hag, over so many managers, tells you all you should know that that guy is a good manager. And I've seen so many people talking about Kompany will not be able to handle the pressure of Bayern Munich. Guys, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? So you are telling me Vincent Kompany, a legend who has done it all in football, both in club side and in country, goes to Bayern Munich and gets scared by who? Manonoa. Or who? Kimmich. Because for me, he has done it all. We are not talking about Erik Ten Hag going to Bayern Munich. We are talking about Vincent Kompany going to Bayern Munich. And I believe he's going to be given the resources and whatever he needs to succeed at that job. Coming back to Ten Hag. Ten Hag have been all about injuries all season. Injuries. And yet, Manchester United are not the only team that have suffered from injuries. Chelsea suffered injuries. Newcastle suffered injuries. Tottenham Hotspur also went through injury crisis. Brighton also went through injury crisis. But you don't get to hear one of those managers complain about injury because they understand that injury is part of football. And you get some Manchester United fans coming to tell you how Ten Hag could not play his first 11. Then I asked him a question, who is missing from that first 11? Because last season, Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez are the only two players missing in Ten Hag's first 11 for the entire of the season. He has had players available for him to pick from, the likes of Amad Diallo, Amrabat. But what has he done? He decides to keep playing and doing what he likes. But you have the opportunity of taking people like Amad Diallo, and ever since he has been picking that boy, look at what he has done. Ever since he has played him, look at what he has done. And people are talking about the structure of the club is bad. Guys, let's stop deceiving ourselves. This same structure was there when Jose Mourinho won 3 trophies in his first season at Manchester United. Ten Hag has been the most manager backed financially. He has been the manager that had full controls of transfer, and yet he has failed. So tell me, what excuses are you guys making for Erik Ten Hag? Because before signing to Manchester United, he said he wanted the full control of transfer, and that was given to him. Since Alex Ferguson, there has never been any manager that wants the full control of transfer, and it was also given the backing he needed. Mourinho took second at United. He won 3 trophies: FA Cup, Community Shield, Europa Cup, and did not get the backing he needed. He did not get the backing he needed. Even the fact that Mourinho said he wants some players gone, they did not do it. They did not. They did not listen to Mourinho when he said he wants the likes of Luke Shaw gone, Anthony Martial gone, for them to bring in Perisic. They did not listen to Mourinho. Then Ten Hag comes in. He was given full access. He was given full control to handle the transfer. And what did he do? Because we saw this guy came into the club, got rid of Ronaldo, got rid of David De Gea. And mind you, these guys are club legend. Club legend. Got rid of Fred. And he ends up getting rid of good players to go get crap players in. Just look at the signing he made. Mason Mount has been horrendous. Amrabat, you could say he has not played Amrabat well. But I will tell you, whatever you think Amrabat is doing at United, Fred was a better player than Amrabat. Fred is a better player than Scott McTominay. This manager, keeps crap that no club out there will want, and sell players or get rid of players club will actually want. Because why I'm saying this is that it would not make any sense to me whereby if he gets to win the FA Cup final, of which I know very well he's not going to win it, he is not winning it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because for those people that actually believe this report is not real, it's farce, go and listen to Fabrizio Romano. He said it, it's open, it's 50-50. And I can tell you guys, that guy knows for sure that this guy is gone. Ten Hag is gone. He has been sacked. I'm sorry. And this thing of Ten Hag leaving, it's bollocks for me. Bollocks. It's crap. Honestly, I was one of the person that was thinking Ten Hag would do a good job at United. Like, I was even like, no, bring this guy to United. He would, do a good job. And I was saying it based on the players Man U had at that time. And I know for sure there are some managers that will get the best out of these players. There are managers out there that will get the best out of these players than what Ten Hag did. You cannot tell me that you had the likes of Sancho in your team, Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, Varane, Casemiro, and come on. It just says a lot about Erik Ten Hag. Like, it means Erik Ten Hag was never like the man we thought he is. Honestly. If I'm going to be judging Ten Hag, I will judge Ten Hag for all of the season. All his decision, his substitution, what he has been saying ever since. Now, I will judge me judging him or sacking him or keeping him, I will base it on all the season. And I won't just put it on one match. Because if I'm putting it on one match, then it makes absolutely no sense. So you're basically telling me that Ten Hag win the FA Cup final, then you stay at the club. So that was why when the likes of Di Marzio said Ten Hag will get the sack no matter what happens. So he's basically telling you that Ten Hag is going to get the sack no matter what happens. He wins or not, he's getting the sack. And one thing I believe is this, and I've said it, I believe that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Enos group have already made their decision long time ago. And I believe they have also, have the manager they want to take over from Ten Hag. They already have that manager in place already. Just that I honestly believe they do not want to just say it so that they don't distract the players, because they still have a very, very important match to play, an FA Cup final against Manchester City. And that is the only reason I believe they've not come outside to say, okay, this is the manager we want. That is one thing I believe. That is the only reason they've not come outside to say, yeah, Ten Hag, you sack, leave the club by the end of the season. Because they do not want to disrupt. They have a very, very important game to play. So they do not want to disrupt or distract the players. Of which I understand. It's a good thing. But whosoever out there that believes that Ten Hag is going to start United after what we have seen, then I think football is not for you. Football is not for you. Honestly. Let me go through some of your chats. Now, Jim Robinson says, I am not Erik Ten Hag in, but I am 100% players out. If the majority of the players are going, I am good with Erik Ten Hag going too. I just can't have the players win against the repeat cycle. Now, this is madness. When you're talking about players leaving, do you think it's easy to get rid of those players? We're talking about this. Manchester United had the opportunity of getting rid of the likes of Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire. They did not do it. They did not do the deal. So, are you telling me, first of all, you guys are forgetting something. You're forgetting that this manager called Erik Ten Hag had a say on transfers. And the fact that Manchester United did not sell Scott McTominay to West Ham means that this manager actually value and rates Scott McTominay. Because we have seen him, like this guy, he played every match there is for United, for under Ten Hag. And you are telling me they should get rid of players. Now, who are the players he should get rid of? Marcus Rashford, who Ten Hag gave a new contract, or Scott McTominay, who has been the player he has been using most time of the season to play to save his job? Or you're talking about Bruno Fernandes? Let's do the team right now. This manager keeps playing players. The same players you guys people want to get rid of. Ten Hag plays all of them. Bruno Fernandes, there are people that want to get rid of Bruno Fernandes. Ten Hag plays him. He's a star man. He's captain, actually. Marcus Rashford, there are people that will get rid of Marcus Rashford. Yet, Ten Hag plays him as well. He's a star boy. Scott McTominay, people are saying he's not good enough. He has been the one that's been playing most time. He even gets to play as a first nine. Who else people want to get rid of that have been playing? And we have seen all the signing he made. He's not even using them because he's using the same players Manchester United fan base want to get rid of to save his job. It doesn't make any sense to me. It does not make any sense to me. You want to get rid of players, the players you want to get rid of, those are the same players this manager is using to save his head. So, let's make it make sense then. Or you want to talk about Luke Shaw. There are so many people that will get rid of Luke Shaw. There are so many people I know that will get rid of Luke Shaw. But the honest truth that Luke Shaw that you want to get rid of, that is the player the manager has been using to make an excuse all season that they've been hit with injury. The honest truth is this, man. This guy is a catfish. We all thought he was good enough. We all thought he could change the way United play. But, there's nothing wrong with people or United fans actually coming out to, be responsible and say, no, we got it all wrong. I've said it timeless time, no, man, yes, I got it all wrong. I thought he could do a job, but no, he could not. He's not the man. There's nothing bad in it, man, guys. You make excuses for this manager. Talk about structure. It's fast, guys. It's nonsense. Tottenham, last season, where did they finish at the table? Then you have a manager like Ange Postecoglou. He came into the club and was able to change the way that football or other club play football. He changed the way they play football. And the question you want to ask yourself is this: how many players did he bring in? How many players did he let go? Because I can tell you, there was not so many differences from the Tottenham last season and this season. Not too much difference. They still had the same players. They just brought in few players. And in 4 months, this manager was able to make Tottenham play proper football. It is sad they got hit by injury because the injury they had, people do not really understand. People want to say they bottled it. But the injury they had affected them so badly. The injury Tottenham had affected Tottenham so badly. Even when the players came back from injury, they were not the same players like they were before they went to injuries. Xavi Alonso went to Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen were on the course of going to relegation. But you have a manager that knows what he's all about, that knows what he wants from a team. 18 months after, they are winning the trophy. They won the Bundesliga. 18 months after. A team that was going to relegation, 18 months after, they won the Bundesliga. Going invisible. Invisible, they never lost a match. They smashed everybody there is to be smashed in Bundesliga. Unai Emery came into Aston Villa. Aston Villa were 17th 17th, when they sacked Steven Gerrard to bring in Unai Emery. Unai Emery took a gamble. He left a team like Villarreal. He left Villarreal to take that job. And Villarreal were doing absolutely well. I'm not sure if it's Villarreal or Sevilla, one of the two. He left, they were in a good place on the league, I think top 4. He left them to take on on Aston Villa challenge. And he was able to qualify Aston Villa that same season for the Conference League from 17th on the table. And people want to back manager. People want to make excuses for a manager that is failing, that have shown the world that is not the guy people actually thought he was. Aston Villa were playing, they were struggling for relegation, 17th on the table. 2 years down the line, 18 months down the line, they've qualified for Champions League, UEFA Champions League. That is a manager that knows what he's all about. He is a manager that knows what he's all about. Eddie Howe, the same thing. He came in at Newcastle. Newcastle were 18th, bottom 18, going to relegation when they sacked Steve Bruce and brought in Eddie Howe. What has we seen? Oh, like from 18, he qualified there for Champions League. So, like, I don't understand what people are here talking about, defending manager, talking about injuries. Injuries are part of the game. Real Madrid won the league with over 96 points. They had Vinicius Jr., who was the star guy. Vinicius Jr. was out for 3 months. Camavinga was out for 2 months. Tchouameni was out for 2 months. David Alaba, the entire season. Thibaut Courtois, the entire season. Eddie Militao only came back, I think, a month last season. Just a month before the end of the season. That was when he came back from injury. Then you have people, looking for excuses to back a manager who has paid, who has shown that the job is too big for him. Tell me, if a manager can go without his star players like Thibaut Courtois, because when I saw Thibaut Courtois got injured, I was like, this season is dead for Real Madrid. Vinicius, 3 months. Vinicius came back from injury, and right now, we're talking about him winning the Ballon d'Or. We're talking about Vinicius winning Ballon d'Or. So what happens if he has been available for the whole of 3 months? Not only Man U has been hit with injury, because I can tell you, there have been players available that he can pick from, that can play, give him the performance. But he refused and chose not to play those players. I'm sorry. And there's nothing anybody want to say to me that will make me believe them. Chelsea went through injury crisis as well. There was a point at Chelsea bench, all you see are youth players from an academy. But at least Manchester United on their bench, they are the likes of Scott McTominay, Eriksen, Casemiro. Still had the likes of Ahmad Diallo. So for me, it makes absolutely no sense what this guy is talking about. Which is why Demasio came out to say, no matter what, win or lose, he's going to get the sack. I honestly believe they are going to announce the departure of Ten Hag on Monday. Because the reason why I believe they not announced it was because they do not want to just, disorganize or distract the team playing against Man City. And that's the honest truth. But I know for a fact that these guys, they've made the decision long time. Whatever they want to do to Ten Hag, they've decided long time ago. Now, Nati says the board needs to wake up and get Ten Hag gone. He had more than enough time now to prove that he's the right manager for our club. That Man U needs to progress, but all he's done is the opposite. And that's the fact. That's the fact. People that are busy talking about how great Ten Hag is and blah, 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 those guys are being paid by this guy. There is PR manager, his PR team. Because I do not see any, I don't see any positive you take from Ten Hag. Ten Hag have made Man U, like they've made everything Man U face looked so good. And Ten Hag has also destroyed the culture of this club. He has brought the standard is dead. Is dead. Like coming to this season, people were busy going at Chelsea, saying how crap Chelsea is. Chelsea has at some point were 12 on the league. They win, they draw, they lose, they remain 12. And Man U was there at the 6th position, enjoying, criticizing Chelsea. But come end of season, Chelsea finished ahead and qualified for Europa League ahead of Manchester United. Kolile says, best news I have ever had this season, and he can take Rashford with him. Fact. Because Rashford was his star boy. And Rashford failed to show him the same support that he had, or the loyalty he has shown to Rashford. Mpasa says he's getting sacked on the 4th of July. Why 4th of July, though? Patrick says, so De Zerbi got sacked by logic. Why would we want him then? No, De Zerbi did not get sacked. De Zerbi left. Dude, there is what they say we agreed. De Zerbi release clause was paid. They did not tell you De Zerbi and Brighton had a mutual agreement to leave or he left. It was said that his release clause was paid by a football club. He did not get the sack. Patrick, try to understand that. He did not get the sack. His release clause was paid. Who paid it? Nobody knows. There's a possibility that Man U might be the one that have paid the release clause of De Zerbi, or Chelsea, or AC Milan. He did not get the sack. His release clause was paid. And Jonathan says, all this manager talk is hiding the biggest problem. Our squad is awful. We only have 4 decent players. The squad is the starting point. Well, you might be right, but I also disagree with you. Because when you're talking about your squad, it has been awful. Your manager has the opportunity, he had the audacity to let the players go, but he kept playing them, giving some new contracts. Don't try to shift the problem. It starts, whatever you guys need to understand, you guys need to understand that this manager needs to take responsibility. He needs to, because he said he wanted the full control for transfers. And when you demand such a huge responsibility for it to be given the control to sign players, the control to sell players, then whatever he's facing right now is on him alone. On him alone. The only way you want to blame the club or the board is that a coach should never be given such, power. He should not be given such power. But it was given to him because he wanted it. He asked for it. He demanded for it. So, as he's failing, the blame is on him alone. Because he demanded and he wanted the power to do all this. So I don't understand why people are busy making excuses. Now they want to put the blame on Glazers. Put the blame on the structure. But yet, this same structure has been there when other managers have been failing, be winning trophies, and get the sack. That is the same structure that was there. Because out of the coaches that was sacked in the entire, after Silas Ferguson, all the coaches that were sacked, none of them had the backing or the power to make decisions like Erik Ten Hag. And the reason Ten Hag, people don't really understand why Ten Hag was brought to Man U. He was brought to Man U because they want to play the Ajax way. And this clown came and started to say he will never play like Ajax because he does not have players of Ajax. I do not understand. Yet you are being given money to sign players. You are signing crap. This is signing crap. It tells you he does not even know what he's all about. He does not know his place style even. He does not. Because if he knows the kind of football he want to play, he will sign players that can give him what he wants. I don't want to, like, if I'm a coach now, I want to play tiki-taka kind of football. I want to play tiki-taka kind of football. I don't go around signing Bruno Fernandes. I want to get the likes of Eze, James Maddison. Because I know these are players that will control the ball, pass the ball on the ground. I won't keep Marcus Rashford in my team. And this is why I said he does not even know what he wants. You keep Bruno Fernandes as your 10, Marcus Rashford in your team, and you're telling me then you sign Mason Mount to come do what? Because Mason Mount is the opposite player of Bruno Fernandes. Mason Mount will not, throw those long passes. Mason Mount will want to keep it simple. And that's a fact. And when I said it, when I said it the last time, I said, I would do a better job than Erik Ten Hag at Man U. People were calling me a clown, telling me I'm deluded. But how bad can I be? With the kind of amount of money Ten Hag have had at his disposal, how bad can I be if I manage United? How bad can I be? And I'm sure, even though I'm bad, I will not be this Ten Hag. I will not be Ten Hag's bad. I'm sorry. I will not be Erik Ten Hag's bad. Gene says no manager would choose Man U FC over Bayern. And that's the fact. Because when you talk now, they tell you we are Manchester United. And the thing I've been seeing the people with that and their fans is, you guys are forgetting that, yes, in terms of brand of football, Manchester United is big. But when it comes to the football aspect on the pitch, it's not. It's not. And there's no manager out there that will be given a job proposal of Bayern Munich and United. Then the manager goes for United. Nobody will do it. And I agree with what you said. No manager will choose Man U FC over Bayern. No manager will do it. Because the players, the structures, the structure now is solid. The players currently are bad, terrible. And this has been allowed to go on because they went and brought in, Erik Ten Hag that could not get the best out of these players. Crystal Palace under Roy Hodgson were rubbish. All season, they were crap. Rubbish. Then Crystal Palace went out, get a manager like Glasner. Glasner came into Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace started looking like Prime Barcelona under Pep Guardiola. That is what you call a manager. A manager that knows what he wants. Comes into the team, immediately they start playing good football. They smashed Man U 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. And I was not more surprised. Because when I saw the sideline up against Man U against Crystal Palace, I knew they were going to get humiliated. And again, you still put the blame on Erik Ten Hag. You had a player like Johnny Evans who failed a fitness test. You had every opportunity of going to the academy and bring a player like Jackson. Since Kwambala was not available, you could have brought in Jackson. But you decided you were not going to do it. You're going to play Eriksen. You were going to play Johnny Evans anyway. Then, instead of taking Diego Dalot to play as a 3, you took Aaron Wan-Bissaka to play him as a 3. Like, the decision these managers make is horrendous, man. The decision Ten Hag makes, it's criminal. That guy should be sent to jail for some set of decision he makes. It's crazy. I've said it like when you have, rival teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, telling you that Man U should keep Ten Hag, then they should do the opposite. Because it gives them that time to catch up with United. And I'm saying the honest truth, guys, man. Another season with Ten Hag might be relegation, guys. Honestly. It might be relegation. Now, anybody is asking, he said, what do you think about Rashford not being called up for England? All right? I was not surprised, man. It was expected. Like, I, for one, actually expected, if he had gone, man, it would be crazy. It would be crazy because I will mention 30 wingers that should be going to the Euros ahead of Rashford. Though I was never expecting that it was going to be dropped. And the reason why I didn't expect it was going to be dropped was because he has a very good relationship with Southgate. We have seen Harry Maguire make Southgate's team, even not playing for Manchester United. So he has that relationship with Southgate. So even though he was not playing, everybody thought that he was going to make the list as well. The fact that Gareth Southgate dropped Marcus Rashford, then Rashford should be worried. Because, I don't know, but somebody needs to tell Marcus Rashford that whatever the fuck he thinks he is not it. I'm sorry. I think he thinks he's prime Ronaldo of 17 years old at United. He's not it. He is not it. Someone needs to wake him up and tell him the fact that, guy, you're not playing well. Dude, you're not playing well. You're not. So I'm not surprised it was dropped. It never came to me as a surprise. That's the fact. Now, Kepa says, if they sack Ten Hag, it's the same old Glazers model, no hope for the Ineos. For Ineos, I don't understand. So they should keep him and let him spend that much money to get the team to where he want to be. Because you hear people telling you about that for Manchester United to be ready to win a trophy, they need to spend £1 billion. £1 billion. Guys, they've already spent £400 million already, and yet we don't even see anything or hope that tells you that, yes, we've spent £400 million. They don't see it. Just like the way Arsenal is. Arsenal has spent £700 million on Arteta. At least you could see, yes, we could see they are chasing the league. But you don't even see that in Ten Hag. You don't see good football from Ten Hag. So what gives you that assurance that if you give him £1 billion, he's going to do well? What gives you that assurance that if you give this manager £1 billion, he's going to do extremely well? Because I've not seen it. I can't trust this guy with even the transfer budget right now. There's a report that came out to say from Chris Willie. Chris Willie says the transfer budget is £35 million plus whatever they can make from selling players. £35 million. Because Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos will not trust this fraud called Ten Hag with another £200 million. No, they won't. David Moyes says, let's get Arsene Flick, an experienced manager with good trophy catalogue. He could do something. Arsene Flick, like he has won it, or he has done proper job. He has done a good job at his previous club. So I won't be surprised. But do I think they will get him? No. Do I even think he want to come to Man U? I don't think so. All these managers available, all these available managers are not worthy of United's job and story. This is what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about? All these available managers are not worthy of United job. End of the story. But you are forgetting where Manchester United is currently. Sometimes you guys need to come to understand that Manchester United is not as big as you guys think they are when it comes to playing football. Brand-wise, yes. Football, no. So you don't have the audacity to come and be telling me that they do not want the United job. End of story. No. You guys don't have like you should not be you can't be picky because your club is shite. Your club is crap. You play crap football, you have crap players. Then you're topping up with crap manager as well. Any manager that comes into Manchester United right now is also killing the little reputation and legacy they have already. You're telling me that they don't have, they are not worthy to coach United. We are Manchester United. That's crap, man. You need to wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and smell the coffee. Whatever you guys think you are, footballing wise, you are not anymore. You need to come back and understand that fact. You need to understand that fact. Yes, whatever we thought we were or we used to be, at this point in time, we are not it. You guys don't have the right to be picking players, to be picky when it comes to manager. I'm sorry. You don't. Evans says the fan base is not blindly supporting Ten Hag. 50% of the fan base that are keeping the standard wants him gone. That's the fact. Like, if you know what the club is all about, you want the best interest for the club. You want the club to go back to what it used to be. Ten Hag is not even the man to take you there. At this point in time, Ten Hag is not even the guy before the guy. I'm sorry. Ten Hag is not the guy before the guy. People want to talk about how much Brendan Williams bottled it at Liverpool. Brendan Williams never had the support or the financial backing Klopp had. Go check it. Brendan Williams never had the support Klopp had. And whatever you guys think Klopp did at the club, that was a benefit he got from what's his name? From what Brendan Rodgers did. If not for that slip of Steven Gerrard, Brendan Williams would have easily won the Premiership for Liverpool. He made good players, the likes of Sturridge, Suarez, Ryan Sterling. Then come next season, what happened? They sold all these players. I'm not disrespecting what Klopp did at the club, but don't make it seem as if Brendan Rodgers did not do a good job, because we all know, we saw it, he did a wonderful job at Liverpool. So when you have fans, the standard of the club, as I said, the culture of the club is dead. The culture of this club, this wonderful club, or mighty club called United, is dead. Whereby you're talking about if he wins an FA Cup, should he be sacked or they should keep him because he won an FA Cup? Then we should forget whatever the fuck and wrong decision you have done all season. Like, we're talking about, they conceded 81 goals, guys. 81 goals. And they are on -1 when it comes to goal scored. -1. They are owing the Premiership 1 goal. It's crazy. Now, Thomas says Rashford has too much power in that club. And this is something I said. I said, if they really want, to brand this football, they need to get rid of some players. And I've said it, Marcus Rashford should be gone. Sell him. Sell Bruno Fernandes. When you do that, other players are going to sit up. They will sit up. When you do that, other players will sit up. Then they will know that, okay, yes, this manager means business. But at this point, whatever you guys are doing, man, you guys are playing. I'm sorry. You guys are playing. And it will be very, very interesting to see who else they are bringing into the club. But for me, what I'm saying here is this, man. Sacking Ten Hag, or whatever they say it is, I'm not surprised. Because a proper club, a proper structure that knows what they want from football will take that same step. And the Glazers might allow it, but they brought in a partner like Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Ineos that will not allow it. Omar Barada and John Wilcox, they will not. They will not. The fact alone that Wilcox told Ten Hag, if you don't play good football, I sack you, should tell you already that they will not accept this mediocrity or the excuses Ten Hag gives. They will not. And that is why you are seeing the likes of Ahmad. And please, people need to stop talking crap about how Erik Ten Hag have improved players like what's his name? Ahmad, Garnacho, Kobe Mino, Kwambala, Diego Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, because that is nonsense. Or how much he has been giving the youth players opportunity. It is rubbish. Those youth players came into play because of the injury crisis they had. That is why you see people like Kwambala. Garnacho was a player that there is no way you will bench Garnacho. No player, no manager comes to that team right now and bench Garnacho. I'm sorry. I do not want to hear whatever the fuck people are talking about. If the likes of Murillo comes in or Tuchel comes in, you will not see Tuchel. You won't see Garnacho on the pitch anymore. That is rubbish. That's bullshit. Because Alejandro Garnacho, in case you do not know, Alejandro Garnacho is the number 4 when it comes to the highest shirts sold in United. Garnacho is number 4. And Garnacho have come into that team and cemented his place. Instead, for a manager should bench Garnacho, he would rather play him as a right at the right if you want to play Rashford at the left. That is how good and how this guy have proven that you can't bench me. And I will not lie to you guys. Garnacho, in the last 2-3 months, I've been playing crap. He has been playing crap. And why is that? Because this manager, Ten Hag, have chosen to play 19 years old, 37 games in a row. Does that make sense to you? Even the Kobe Mino as well is looking shaky. Go check. He has been shaky. Kobe Mino has been shaky. And why is that? Because Erik Ten Hag has chosen to burn him out. No game, no rest. Rasmus Højlund, you could see he has been dropped to the bench. Ever since he has come from the bench into the game, you have seen what he has been able to do. That simply tells you these players, they also need rest. But because this manager is so thick, he's thick, he does not understand that these players, he should be managing these players properly. There's what they call man management, communication skills. Erik Ten Hag does not have it. He does not. I could talk the whole day, the whole reason why Ten Hag should be sacked. The whole day. That is how bad this manager is. Coming to a derby against the likes of Manchester City, this guy dropped Varane on the bench and said it was tactical. We're talking about a 5-time Champions League winner, a World Cup winner. You are dropping him to the bench and you're talking about that decision was tactical. That guy lost me when he was like, you are falling out with players. You fall out. I can understand you falling out with Ronaldo, falling out with Sancho. That's not my business. But when you fall out with the likes of Casemiro, the likes of Rafael Varane, that I've seen played under top managers, and there's never a day one manager comes out to say, I'm falling out with this player, that will tell you that that manager is also a problem. It's also a problem for those people that want to back him, want to make excuses for him. Maybe you should think about that. You're falling out to Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane. It's a disgrace, man. But that's for me. I don't know how. Let me know what you guys think on the comment section, guys. I'll be doing the preview for the FA Cup final. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. For now, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Like, share the video as well to your friends, family. For now, I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching.